Hi, Vicki Wu, your marketing guru here. I was advising a client yesterday on some ways to boost her return on investment from Facebook and social media in general. This is the type of added-on service that we provide our monthly marketing clients, this personalized marketing advice, but I like to share it with you when I can so that you can benefit from some of the same information. We know that both money and time spent in efforts in different areas of your marketing will ideally result in future positive impact on your bottom line. There are many ways to get to that goal or destination. Almost all are effective. Some just have a longer lead time than others. It's important to keep in mind a few things. Social media is social. Alone, it is not a lead generation system. And leads are what results in return to your bottom line in the future. And it's not a lead generation system because primarily, if people are already connected to your Facebook business page or some other social media, you no longer need to generate a lead from them because they're already connected to your business. However, you may not actually have their contact information to consider them a real lead. So it's kind of a gray area. Social media is a great awareness system and a perfect way to keep your name in front of these people that you're already connected to. And more importantly, deepen that connection by being social. This type of awareness can eventually result in a return on investment, but it is a much longer process than a traditional lead generation funnel. I've even had awareness without boosting post or using pay-per-click work well for me and for many of my clients. But as an example, one of my more recent new clients was in my awareness pipeline on social media for 4 years before contracting any services. So it does still result in a return on investment. But like we said, the pipeline requires a longer time frame. Social media can, however, be used as part of your lead generation system in very particular circumstances. Lead generation is an entire process, and most businesses miss some critical pieces unless they plan it strategically. I have a video-based training available discussing an overview of all of these critical pieces, what pieces businesses most often miss, and tips on how those pieces can be covered. I'll share the link down in the comments and discussion area. It's a great way to get a quick understanding of all of the different elements that need to be in your lead generation funnel or sales funnel or marketing funnel. It comes by many different ways, and how things you're already doing can probably fit into the funnel. One of the questions I get asked a lot is whether boosting posts on Facebook are the same as pay-per-click advertising. And although they're related, they're a little bit different. And I always default to using Facebook's full-fledged ad system for pay-per-click advertising because you have a lot more control over all the different aspects of your dollar. But there are a few additional actions that you can take on your Facebook post or post on any social media to make your efforts have better results. Keep in mind though, because it's social media, it's still more effective for awareness and a little less effective for lead generation unless you're using a very structured lead generation funnel that includes very strategically designed pay-per-click advertising as one piece of that entire funnel. I also have some clients who do what I call kind of a hybrid system, where they use the Facebook ads platform to boost a post for the most part. You can go in and select a post to turn into your pay-per-click advertising. It still gives you a lot more control and additional things you can do with it rather than just clicking Boost Post on your page. One of the biggest reasons boosted posts aren't as effective at generating leads is that often pay-per-click advertising is the same ad or maybe the same general ad with a couple of variations to do some A/B testing. And that ad runs for the entire month or an entire quarter, or in some cases, maybe even an entire year. The more times a prospect sees your message or your name, the more likely they are to later click. Research shows it takes at least 11 times for the average person to see a message before it even dawns on them that they've seen it and that they see your name and that it absorbs into their memory. The very fact that pay-per-click advertising is a steady, repeated message increases the future likelihood of some type of interaction on the ad. Usually when people boost a post, they're doing it for a short term, maybe a week or a month. They're trying to get that awareness, and the very fact that it doesn't run as long as traditional pay-per-click advertising means that you may have more trouble getting to that 11 times seen repetition to increase the likelihood of engagement. Also, because of how they're set up, a boosted post tends to result in interaction being either a like on the post, or a little less common, a like on your Facebook business page, and every now and then maybe a comment in the post. None of this creates a true lead, only awareness. Awareness is still great, but we're trying to get to the leads. The one item that does create somewhat of a lead is new people who like your page, since it connects them with you so that you can further connect with them later. But their contact information isn't usually available. You can find it manually, but it takes some work, and so it's not a true lead. Plus, you don't really know how far along in the buying process they might be, how far along the lead generation or sales funnel. A lot of times it's also a social post that gets boosted because after all, we are working on a social network. These posts tend to not include a call to action, mainly because we get so wrapped up in making the post that we don't think about including that. Without a call to action, your reader doesn't know what to do, and they're less likely to take any action on their own, or if they do, they're taking one of those actions that results in it not being a true lead. These type of posts that do include some sort of ask or call to action often fall back to something like this post, or comment below, or like my page. And as we said, these also don't result in a true lead. One of the best ways around this is to strategically include a specific call to action. I don't recommend that you do this on every post. You can read the full reason why on one of my blog articles, which I will link down in the comment and discussion area below. I recommend about an 80-20% split, with 80% of your posts being not sales-oriented, directed at your clients, and putting a call to action on every post makes them feel very salesy, and we want to stay away from that on social media. However, a lot of our clients that we are doing daily posts for on their social media page, we post information of value for their readers. In this case, because they're getting that consistent customer-oriented information, anything they post, unless they're posting multiple times a day, they can probably get away with providing a call to action on every single post. This daily posting of content is available for almost any industry, and it is friendly on your budget. I'll provide the link down below, and that way if you're interested, you can find out more information. You need to make a specific call to action, and it needs to include what to do, how to do it, why to do it, and sometimes you even want to include what your reader can expect once they do it. You need to consider strategically what action will get the results that you want and need for that particular post. For example, for a real estate agent, saying something like, leave me a comment if you're interested in seeing this house and I will private message you more information. Or, click on the message button on my page and leave me your phone number if you would like to arrange a personal tour of this new listing. You want to tell your reader, WIIFM, what's in it for me? to encourage them to take the action. Facebook Messenger can be a great way to capture information, but you don't want to have to do it manually. One of the pieces I teach in my funnel training is that you want to automate as many of these systems as you can to get the best result. One of the things that we do for quite a few of our clients, and it's a relatively new system, we install an automated bot in their Facebook Messenger that can ask a couple questions, which may be something as simple as, hey, leave me your phone number and a good email address so that we can contact you with more information. That way, when you have time to check on your Facebook messages later, you've already got some of the information that will help you contact the client and, more importantly, put them in your lead system. If you're promoting your videos, there are a couple more critical things that you want to do. You want to make sure that you include the call to action in the description or verbiage when you post your video, especially if doing a live video such as Facebook Live. A lot of people skip that step and just start the live video, but you want to take that few extra seconds to think strategically about what you want your call to action to be, and then include it in that area right when you're getting ready to start your Facebook Live video that says, add an optional description. For a video, you also need to capture your audience in the first 5 to 10 seconds. Don't introduce yourself here. Talk about the thing that will interest them most about what you're going to be discussing, and then introduce yourself later. For example, a real estate agent might start with, I'm going to take you on a walkthrough of this 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a pool that is so beautiful you'll want to book a private showing. And notice how I pre-teased my call to action there? Don't forget to include the call to action in the video itself while you are talking, not just the verbiage that you typed up for the description. You can even follow your 5 to 10 second introduction with your call to action immediately if you want. For example, I could say, I'm going to take you on a walkthrough of this 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a pool that's so beautiful you'll want to book a private showing. Click on the message button on my page and give me your phone number if you would like to arrange a personal tour of this listing. You can also put that information other places in the video. A lot of people default to the end of the video, which can be okay in some circumstances. At least you know if someone gets all the way to the end that they're definitely interested when they contact you. They've kind of self-selected. But you can also keep the call to action closer to the front. That way, if someone doesn't watch your full video, if they only watch the first 30 seconds or 15 seconds, they've already heard your call to action and maybe they will take an action. If you do it well, it won't feel salesy. I always recommend videos not to be over-rehearsed. They come across stiff when that happens. But your introduction and call to action are areas that I recommend you at least think through strategically of what you want to say, and maybe practice it once or twice just to get a rhythm down before you start your video. You can see more about this introduction and call to action in step 4 of my video marketing planner, and I'll leave a link down in the description below. So, brief recap about everything we discussed. First, consider whether you want to boost a post or use the full-fledged pay-per-click advertising system. Include a call to action on those posts that you need an action from, always. If you have a Facebook Messenger bot, use that strategically. And if you're doing video, make sure your call to action is spoken in the video itself as well as added to the text description. Use all of the links below. Our systems are outlined to be very easy to follow and understand. And if you want to learn more information about any of these strategies, you can book a free marketing strategy session and we can go over your needs and I'll give you some suggestions. The link to do that is in the video as well. Thanks for joining me.